Hello. Okay, next tutorial. This time I'm meant to be dressed up as my take on Art the Clown from the horror movie Terrifier. It's a fantastically gory and cheesy film. I recommend you go see it. Trust me, it's bloody and delicious. So, if you'd like to learn how to recreate this psycho clown madness, stay tuned. Okie dokie, so the very first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is going to be the prosthetics that I'm going to be using, which are fairly vital to this makeup, not necessarily the brow piece, but you do need to have quite an elongated nose and chin. I'm going to be using a brow just because it makes it look a bit more theatrical. So the first piece I'm going to be using is a foam latex elongated chin, so it's just a really nice pointy chin. The second piece I'm going to be using is a really large furrowed brow, and it's called an Evil Forehead foam latex prosthetic. I got both of these foam latex prosthetics from Mostlydead.com, which I'll pop on the screen there if you wanted to check them out. And as a side note, if you enter the code Pinkstylist20 when you check out, you'll get 20% off your first order if you did order from Mostlydead, so I'm just throwing that out there. So this is the foam latex evil brow that I'm going to be using, and this is the foam latex elongated chin. The next prosthetic that I'm going to be using is something that I made myself purely for the fact that I had a mould that I made a little while ago now, and it's just a perfect shape I think for this makeup, and that is BAM! So it's just a really simple elongated nose. I've actually made this out of gelatin. I don't tend to usually mix gelatin and latex too much, but every now and again it's nice to teach different techniques. So I'm going to be using gelatin with latex. So I'm going to apply the nose last, but for now I can work on the brow and the chin. If you did want to make your own prosthetics like I have with my nose, I'll pop a link on the screen up there and in the description bar below that will take you to a video that I did a little while ago now. It'll just teach you guys how to sculpt and make your own gelatin prosthetics. So to stick my prosthetics down, I'm going to be using some Pro Stick, which is just a really nice prosthetic adhesive. And I'm going to take this on a cotton bud and then apply that to the middle of the prosthetic and the corresponding area on my face. Then I'll give that a couple of seconds to get tacky, then I'll press the prosthetic down, and then I can start applying it in the area going away from the face whilst I stick it down, just to make sure that everything lines up nicely. And I'm going to do that exactly the same for the brow as the chin and the nose. So I'm just going to go apply the brow first. Then I can apply the same method to the chin piece, so apply it in the centre, stick it down and then stick it away from the face. And then once the chin's stuck down, I can work on sticking down the gelatin nose. So I'm going to do that exactly the same as I did the forehead and the chin. I'm going to apply a small amount of Pro Stick to the middle and then stick the edges away. Okay, so once everything is all stuck down, we can work on the blending. So because I've used two types of materials for the prosthetics, we're going to blend them in two different ways. So foam latex is blended by applying more Pro Stick. Gelatin is blended by applying some Witchhazel. So Witchhazel you can get from most places. It's just stuff that you put on bruises just to soothe the skin and kind of get rid of redness. But it also happens to blend gelatin really nicely. So I'm going to take some Witchhazel on a cotton pad and just roll away the edges so it blends off into the latex. So as I do that, I can remove some of the flashing around the edges. So once the nose is blended, I can take some more Pro Stick and a cotton bud and start applying that to all of the edges of the foam pieces, just applying it quite heavily and then rolling away until the edge is completely sealed and blended off. So there we are, all the edges are nice and sealed down and blended. I'm not worrying too much about my hairline because I'm going to have a costume that covers this half of my face. What I will say though, through general experience with sticking fake chins down or anything around the mouth area, if you tend to emote a lot, like if you tend to like smile a lot in your character makeups, or if you're going to talk lots and lots, it might be worth applying a bit more adhesive around the mouth area. I like using Stylist 8, this is just a really strong adhesive, which I actually got from the Makeup Armory. The link to that will be in the description bar below as well. It just really helps to seal off this area completely just so nothing comes unstuck. Then I can take a Superstar white watercolour and I can apply that all over my face and the prosthetics. I'm not going to worry about my hairline or my ears or my neck. It's just literally going to be my entire face. There we are, so I'm going to do some spackling effects later on just to tie everything together, but for now I'm going to work on some contouring. This is really starting to look like Theodora, isn't it? Massive Wicked Witch of the West vibes. So to do the contouring, I'm going to be using a black cream. The one I'm using is a M.A.C paint stick. So the majority of this is going to be on the cheeks and the cheekbones, so I'm just going to trace on the shape that I want and then I can blend it out afterwards. I also added in some extra lines for the nasolabial folds going around the nose as well. So then I can take some more of the black cream and a sharp angle brush and I can start blending the cheeks away. So there we are, just super hollow cheeks. So then to set it and to make it a little bit lighter, I'm going to take some BOURNE setting powder in super white, and I'm going to press that lightly over the cream and then brush off the excess. Then, going back to the nasolabial fold line that I drew, I can take the same angle brush again and a tiny bit more of the black colour, and I can blend all of this line away from the face, making sure it's a soft blend on the underside, but quite clean. Then I can just set that with some more BOURNE white setting powder. So then I can do the same effect that I did on the cheeks and the nasolabial folds on the temples, but I'm going to do them a bit further in than the actual prosthetic just because a fair amount of the side of this is going to be covered with the costume. So I'm going to do them a little bit further in than I normally would. So the way to do that is to do a half moon shape either side and then blend the colour away, making sure the darkest and thickest point is in the middle. Then I just have to copy it on this side and then powder them so they match the overall tone of the face. Once I've done that, I can start working on the eye detail. So I'm going to take a Superstar black watercolour, and using that I'm going to apply it onto my eyelids and underneath my eyes, and then I can take that colour and pull it up to 2 peaks on the top and then pull it down for 2 peaks on the bottom. Then to make the eye extra dark, I'm going to take some M.A.C Fluidline in Blacktrack, which is just a cream that's safe for the waterline of your eye, and I'm just going to apply that in the waterline of the top and bottom set of lashes. So now that I've done this eye, I just have to copy it on that side. Then we can take the black watercolour again and I can start drawing on the lip shape, which to be honest is massive. There's no other way to put it. So I'm just going to draw the shape on and then fill in the whole area. Okay, so massive lips. Then, taking the end of a makeup brush, I'm going to dip that into the black watercolour and then make a small dot at the end of the nose. I can then work on the eyebrows. So the eyebrows are going to be completely rounded, about ½ inch away from the point, and they seem to start and stop on the same level. So to draw those in, I'm going to use the Superstar black watercolour. Then the last thing I'm going to do is take some of the black cream and I'm just going to score down the middle of the chin and blend it away just to give a little tiny bum chin. Then, depending on the type of look you're after, you could be done at this point. But I want this makeup to look a little bit more sinister, so I'm going to take some fake blood by Superstar. This is their stage blood. I'm going to mix it with a tiny bit of water, and I'm going to take a regular paintbrush that's got firm bristles, and with that I can dip the brush into the blood mixture and I can spackle it onto one side of my face just so that it's sprayed across the face, not too much, it's just like he's claimed his first victim. Okie dokie, so hopefully it looks like he's attacked his first victim and the blood has sprayed across the face. That is a lovely image. So now the only thing left for me to do is pop in my costume, pop in my contact lenses, and I do believe we're done. And there we go, that's my look, officially complete. So I finished the look off by popping in 2 black contact lenses that I got from camoeyes.com. I'll pop their link in the description bar below for you. I also popped in these fake teeth that I got from the Crowland store in London, and I used some Crowland black tooth enamel just to make them look really manky, and I also did my bottom set of teeth as well. The costume that I popped on isn't exactly correct, but I hope this is okay. The original clown obviously has the white and black, I've got silver and black, I hope that's okay. I just love this costume so much and I never get a chance to use it, so yeah. I also popped on a white cowl which I made last night, so it's not exactly perfect, but I hope it's okay. And I popped on some white gloves that I've made all dirty and bloody and I've cut the fingertips off. And the final addition is the little tiny hat. Yay, which to be honest I don't think you can really see because I've got a black backdrop because I'm silly. But you can kind of see it, yeah. And it wouldn't be complete without a horn, yay, which I'm not going to honk because it's incredibly loud. Ah, what the hell. So yeah, that's my tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, please make sure to, you know, the usual. Like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time. Bye guys.